I am going to turn away from the song. And then I'll skip the intro. It's fun. I like it. Now I'm going to skip. That was fun. It had like this kind of poppy vibe to it. I don't know. This guy. No, they didn't bring her out yet. We just had a plan to buy her. Oh boy, you're here too. How fun. My god. Even though she gets kidnapped so many times, but they never managed to keep a hold of her, I guess, and she's the only one who seems to be getting caught so often. Like all of them, like are so afraid of him. Like they know he can do whatever he wants with them, and they're still here at the auction to do the same thing to other people. It's so horrible. You are so I can't with this. I mean, I understand it. Like you treat people the way that you're treated too. Like it's just the culture here. He killed himself? How did he do that? They're so shocked. But they treat them worse. I get that. Chantel, hi guys, I'm Judy, and today I'm going to be watching One Piece episodes 396. Let's get into the episode. Check out my Patreon for full reactions. Subscribe. Let's go. I don't think you will, damn it. I don't know how much money these dragons, celestial dragons have. She's not last? They haven't done it. Oh my god, Zoro. I had some hope that you will get somewhere. You're just that bad, Zoro. Why are you always shocked every time? You know it's going to happen. You know how Luffy does things. They didn't auction the dude, Silver, whatever his name was, yet, did they? Yeah, like they know they believe they were going to save her, but still seeing her that way with the shackles and everything. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, I knew it. There was just no way. I mean, they made such fanfare, just like saying, a mermaid. Everybody wants a mermaid. And we have the celestial dragons here. No, we're not gonna let that happen. Oh god, Hachi. Fine, we're going to just kill everyone. What can we do? To this horrible, horrible person. Yeah. Oh, you're just here to watch. To kind of prove to himself that he was right about the world. Are they going to show up? What will they do? Just beat up everyone? Just show up. Well, what an entrance. Who was piloting that thing though? Like, it wasn't Luffy, it was the other guy. He doesn't care about any bidding or anything. Go, Luffy! I don't know what you're gonna do. What? He's gonna stop me. Oh, no. Yeah, you tell them, Luffy. I don't know what you're gonna do. But Kami they want to get their hands on, and Hachi they're like so disgusted by. Oh, what? What? What did he shoot? Hachi? Oh wow, that looks really bad. Oh wow, Luffy. Oh fuck. Did he promise though? Did he? Or was he just shocked? Fine, so an admiral. We'll deal with an admiral. Can do it, no problem. It's gonna be worth it. I need to see that again. I was like thinking about Hachi. I'm sorry. Yeah! Yes, Luffy, yes! Oh wow, it was needed, it was needed. We'll face whatever consequences, we don't care. It was so like heartbreaking to see Hachi like, you know, protect this way of life. Like, I mean, he can't, there's nothing else he can do. He knows that's how it is. He doesn't know how to defy them, you know. He doesn't dare to defy them because nobody does, and there's no point. Nobody will stand with him. And you know, he was like he was the one shot, and he was like, you promised you wouldn't, you know, lose your cool or, you know, get angry even if someone gets shot, you know, like. And I mean, he's talking about himself, and he's like lying there and all the blood and stuff. I mean, I don't think he's gonna die or anything, but it looked really bad there for a second. And I mean, he seems to be shot like in the chest somewhere. He was really sad, and like, I mean, I was like crying for him and really sad, and like the way that he, you know, talked about himself, it was like heartbreaking. And especially after everything that we've seen, and the way that he was treated, like, you know, when we, you know, we saw him as a person, like from the get-go. I mean, when we fought him, like when he was working under Arlong, like, you know, Arlong made a point of like of always distinguishing and saying like, oh yeah, we're fishermen, we're better than you, and stuff. And now we understand why he would think this way, or why it would be so important for him to, you know, to say that. But like, we never saw them, I mean, we saw them as like the bad guys, but we didn't see them as disgusting, I think. They were definitely odd. It was definitely like interesting to, you know, to see them, to realize, you know, that there were fish and stuff like that, and stuff. But like, the thing is that, you know, the crew, like, just, they knew him, Hachi as a villain. But it was never, like, what I'm trying to say is that obviously if you don't come in with these prejudices, then you just see, you know, you just see who's in front of you, and you see them as a person, and then their actions are what make, like, how you decide how to treat them. Kind of, you know, before the fishmen were hurting Nami, so we were going up against them with all force, you know. But then afterwards, when we saw like Hachi again, and he was, you know, he changed his ways and he was apologizing, then of course, then we were, then we saw him like as a different person. And then, you know, we come into this auction hall, and just the way that they talked about him, like just seeing his arms or whatever, like realizing like his mouth didn't give him away, his arms did. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess like, I mean, because I'm just thinking like before Usopp, you know, like when people saw Usopp in the Arlong Park arc, they thought he was a fisherman because of his nose. But here, they couldn't tell he was a fisherman until they saw his arms. Fine. It was just heart-wrenching to see it, to hear them talk about, to hear them talk about him that way. To see that they don't see him as a person at all. I mean, I knew it was coming. I knew this was kind of the thing that we were going to deal with, the racism, but it was really on point. It was really hard to watch, because, you know, it could easily, like, I could easily see how it paralleled, you know, things in reality. And it was just really sad, and just the way that he talked about himself. I was also thinking, as you know, as he was having this speech and talking about how he was a pirate and he deserved this punishment and stuff, I was like thinking how easy it was to forgive him, you know. I mean, even when he was working with Arlong, he was, you know, the least, like, he was the best candidate to be forgiven, you know. He was so kind of artless about his, like, he was kind of stupid, and you know, and very kind of authentic to himself, though. Like, there was this really silly scene of just him, like, Zoro cut his hair off, or like part of his hair, and he was like, "You cut my hair off, but I forgive you because it will grow." Like, he was so not evil, even as he was, because he was doing the things that Arlong told him to do. But here, like, we get this new context for things, and I mean, it doesn't make it right what Arlong did, but you do understand why he had this, you know, buildup of resentment, why he would be so intent on, you know, keeping to his own people, and making it very clear that they were the rulers, they were the better species, you know. All his life he was told probably that he was, or like he knew that his people were being treated as you know, scum of the earth, and even below that, like as total trash. And I mean, he brought that kind of mindset to, like, outside, to where he wasn't treated that way. I mean, I don't think at that point, probably, you know, the fishman lore was that developed. Like, I don't think that Oda really knew where he was exactly gonna go with it, or that he was going to go with it in this direction, like as far as he went here. So yeah, I mean, but that's totally fine. It's just that like, he wasn't making excuses, Arlong, like back there. I mean, as opposed to the live action where he kind of was, he like, not making excuses, but just kind of saying like they would definitely drove in like the racism, the, you know, the discrimination in the live action at that, you know, and that whole like in Arlong's character already. But anyway, yeah, you can kind of recontextualize everything that Arlong was doing there. Again, it doesn't make it right. The fact that he, you know, took it out on Nami and her people and killed her mom, that's not forgivable. And that's why we're not forgiving Arlong. We're forgiving Hachi. And I mean, and I like, we saw, like, you know, it was, I guess, important for the show to show us, you know, Nami crying over Hachi when she realized, you know, he was shot in so much pain and stuff, and begging Luffy not to do anything about it, you know, not to defy the celestial dragons or anything like that. And I mean, I was thinking, like, is this working for me? Like, I was asking myself, do I forgive Hachi for what he did to Nami? And of course it's just a show and stuff, but I mean, I do get it. And I think, but yeah, Hachi has been, like, he's been shown to have changed his ways, like I said, and he's harmless now, and he, you know, and we see that he cares for his, you know, for his people very much, and he feels like really bad about what you know, he did as a pirate. Does he make up for what Nami went through? I don't know. Like, I mean, I don't know, but again, I feel like Hachi, out of the bunch of them that worked with Arlong, he was like the most, you know, the person that you could forgive, you know, I guess. Yeah, would I believe that in real life, you know, someone, yeah, I guess, you know, someone like in Nami's situation would forgive someone in Hachi's situation in these, like, similar circumstances? I don't know. I mean, I think so. I guess, you know, some people could. So it was really sad. I was really, like I think he did a really good, like it was a really good portrayal of just how absurd it is and how horrifying it is, you know, to discriminate against people because of a certain, I don't know, certain something they were born with. And just like the you know, the sheer helplessness and unfairness of just knowing that this is your lot in life, that there's nothing you can do, no one will come to save you, and then, you know, someone barges, like Luffy barges in and is like, what do you mean, you know, you can't, like what do you mean this is how it's going to be and I can't do anything about it? Like, what do you mean there's no one to fight against this injustice? That doesn't how it works. Like, that's not how it works in my book. And then he just acts, and thankfully, you know, Luffy is Luffy, and he's strong enough to back it up. And now we're going to have to face an admiral, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But it's so worth it. The only question is, like, I mean, I was saying, like, I don't know what Luffy's gonna do. I don't know what Luffy's gonna do, because, I mean, in terms of, like, the collar, we need to find a key, and I mean, that's mostly what I meant, I guess, and just, I mean, I was wondering if, like, they were going to let him, I guess, really, because it was obvious, like, that Luffy would not agree with what was going on and sit quiet and just wait, you know, or something. But I was just, like, wondering if they were going to, like, if he was actually going to beat up everyone after we, you know, we tried to negotiate, we tried to find a way, we tried to talk, we tried to, I don't know what, we realized that we can't just, you know, use force, and then Luffy comes in and is like, of course we're going to, like, I'm not even going to think about it, and now we're going to face the consequences. But again, it was totally worth it. And that guy, that celestial dragon dude, was so despicable. Like we had all these episodes before this one to show us just how badly he treats his slaves. And like I was thinking that, you know, I mean, he gets a mermaid. I don't know what he's gonna do with her, but he was going to have his piranhas chase her around his aquarium, like, because she's supposed to be such a fast swimmer. I mean, not that it really, like, it was that surprising, but a little bit, yes. I thought he would, like, take more care with her, but I guess the point is that they don't even see, like, even her who's, like, so, like, she costs so much, she's so special, she's so rare, like, he's going to, you know, use her for his entertainment, and it doesn't matter to him if she's going to break. You know, he has no care. Like, he uses them like toys, like these slaves, like toys, and he doesn't even, it's even lower than that, because they have no value in his eyes, really. Like, he plays around with them until they break, and he doesn't take good care that they don't. And also, it was interesting to see, I mean, I did comment on it during the episode, just to see how, you know, how everyone, as soon as he showed up, everyone was like, so, like, all the commoners were so, like, scared and you know, averted their eyes and were like, you know, didn't want to, like knew that it would be trouble to do anything to get his attention in any way. Like, they're treated that way, and then they do the same, like in this auction, they do exactly the same. And I mean, it makes a lot of sense in some way that, like, you're being discriminated against or treated like trash or something, like your life isn't worth anything, so you do the same. Like, you need some kind of, like, sense of justice by doing the same thing to someone inferior to you, and that way you can kind of, like, I mean, you do have some like, you do have control over someone else, so you're not complete trash. Like, at least in the hierarchy, you're a little bit, like, you're not at the very bottom or something. I mean, it's definitely not, it's definitely, like, the worst way to deal with it, but it's like also a thing ingrained in their culture. Like, they don't know anything else. That's what they do. That's how they know to live their life. Anyway, really powerful and hard stuff. Special thanks to my top Patreons: Redding Tier, Andy Plays All Night, Terranor, Michael Gabriel, Shadows Moon, and Marsh, and to the rest of my amazing Patreons who, without their support, I would never be able to keep on doing this. Thank you so much.